fall in love, it will be forever, or I'll never fall in love. In a restless world.
My dearest Mum, I have so many things I want to say, but I only have a couple of minutes. So as you reverse age on this short intro, I would like to say a few things. This week, I went through my garage looking for old photos and old letters to make this video. This brought back so many memories, too many to mention on this short intro. One was when I was a teenager and we used to have church dances. Of course, my mom would volunteer to chaperone. And there was a song that would come on called Hit the Road, Jack. I remember singing it in the hallway, but I changed the words to June instead of Jack, singing Hit the Road, June, because I hate it when you chaperone dances. No wonder I was a wallflower. You were always trying to set me up with different girls at church. It was embarrassing. However, you made up for it when I was 19. You wrote me a letter when I left on my mission and gave it to me when I boarded the airplane. I opened it on the flight to Utah, and yes, you brought many tears to my eyes. You shared how much you loved me all my life and built up my confidence as I was leaving for the first time on a plane for 2 years from my home. A stewardess, that's what they called flight attendants back in the day, noticed I was tearing up and thought I was sad. She tried to console me, but I was very happy. That love you shared with me all my life, from folding my laundry to hugs and reassurance that I was very loved, as you did to all of us. Mom, I truly love you and made this video because of it. Love, Fred.
Hi to all my fans out there. To those that don't know me, my name is June Bretsky. I was born a little while ago, well, you know, in the 30s. I used to love Mother's Day, as we would all get
to eat another Swiss chalet. What do you feel to be almost 90?
How do you feel?
90.
90.
88.
Pretty good for almost 90.
Yeah.
Memories of 50 years well spent and more to come. Time has a way of dimming the memories, but not with all the, well, I might say exhilarating years I've had with a certain loved one. He was and still is a very romantic and somewhat charming fellow, with a little gruffiness on the side. I suppose it was his little ruffled bow tie and his pale yellow straw fedora. That is what a hat was called 50 years ago. That reminded me of a certain actor, Charles Boyer. I remember my mom often said she thought Boyer was a grand actor. Well, this fella named Henry also put me in mind of a cross between a Bing Crosby and a Bob Hope, only he had that wonderful accent. You can tell I was a movie buff in my youth with all my fantasies.
Whenever I hear the whistle of a train,
with her luscious lips, she was also a great looker in a sweater. There was not a hair out of place. She was immaculate, clean and neatly dressed. What was even better, she loved to dance as well as I did. There is always intrigue attached to meeting a young person from a foreign country. We sort of had a fatal attraction towards one another. Meeting a nice girl and to ask her out for a date with the objective of walking her home and then kissing her on the first day would always be a tall order. But things were made easy for me. June surprised me. At the end of the party she asked if I would walk her home and help her with her records, which she had just bought. That was all the encouragement I needed. Of course, I had to get a kiss from her irresistible lips at parting. Well, things fell into place and the sun and the moon were both shining at the same time for me. Actually, we had a lot.
On Fridays, my mom, who was a marvelous cook, baked most of the day and would display them on a table to cool. Well, I conveniently brought Henry home that day so he could see all the goodies. Then I would make him what I called my specialty, a Dagwood sandwich. I guess he thought I could cook and bake like Mom. Boy, did I fool him. He asked my mom if June liked farms in the country, and she replied, oh yes, she loves farms. Well, in a way, she thought I did, because I went on my bike with Dad every Saturday to pick veggies at Uncle Johnny's farm on Trombley Road in Ottawa. Well, that seemed to clinch the idea to Henry, I suppose, to ask me to go steady. He seemed to think I was his kind of a gal.
Go to romantic movies and walk hand in hand. I loved her soft hands, and she is a great kisser too. She is my forever teenager, as she was only 19 when we met. June had me all figured out. She knew that love goes to the stomach first. She made the best Dagwood sandwiches. They were deliciously tasty and desirable. I paid her back with hugs and many kisses. It's part of my nature. I'm a Klingon.
Well, I was okay with that, especially after the time I had a date with a guy in the Air Force, and Henry showed up at the door. Well, I had to make a choice. Was it going to be the dweeb who asked to kiss me, or was it going to be the fair-haired German with the accent who romantically stole the kisses along with my heart?
June's first turkey dinner party, including my parents, her parents, and her Jewish friends. We had the League of Nations in attendance. Well, there was her mom, who was a French-Canadian woman with a pleasing nature. June's dad was from England and in the Canadian Army. And then there was I, June's boyfriend from Germany. There was also my dad, an ex-Marine sergeant from the German Marines. I realized that my dad felt somewhat uncomfortable with all the questions that were posed, since his ability to understand English was limited. My mother had a better time of it. She spoke English already. June and I laughed about it later. That is, when we knew that love conquers all. Now back to the romance. June's mom helped me pick out her engagement ring, as I had no previous experience in this regard. Several months of dating, we were married in a little Lutheran church in Ottawa on the 1st of May in 1954. Time moved rather speedily, especially after the 5 babies came into our lives. They were the cutest little chubby blondes. This made our lives even more interesting and interesting.
And yet, we're not too young to know this love will last, though years may go. And then someday they may recall we were not too young at all. And yet, we're not too young to know this love will last, just though years may go, and then someday they may recall we were not too young at all.
Okay, have it. Hey man, start recording. Start recording. Okay, just leave it, Mom. Just try it. Try a little tasty. A little tasty. Nope. So I put too much of everything in it. This is a experimental I have monk fruit sugar. Oh, that's terrible. Okay, now we just pulled this out of the microwave in 90 seconds. Now this looks better, has texture. I'm going to do the smell test. That smells pretty bland. You try, Mom. Okay, let's see if I kill him. Here we go.
Do this.
Now, I usually let it... Oh, it's nice and soft.
Ooh.
Oh, I think we may have got some good... I'm just going to cut that in half. Give half to mine. Let it cool down because it's pretty hot.
Let's see how it smells.
It is soft.
It is soft, but
Is
smells
it too
funny.
hot? Okay. Let's go over here. Mom, let's get Mom in here. We'll all go over here. Come here.
What's it supposed to be?
Bring it. Lean towards Mom.
What's it supposed to be?
Okay, here we go. We're all going to taste
Yours doesn't have very much on yours. What the
on the
hell?
floor.
It's
Hang
on the floor.
Hang on. Wait. I'm ready. This one is softer. So here we go.
Oh, much better.
That's not bad.
Spongy?
Much
Well,
better.
it's better than the hard rock poop it was before.
Yeah, good.
Much better.
Did
Then
you
why
spit
did
it
you
out
spit
after
it
you...
out? It was so good she spit it out.
Great.
It's not my cup of tea.